welcome to American Dream Garage. Today we're going to do a close-up on my 1972 MGB. The MGB was the most popular British Roadster ever. They sold close to 400,000 of them, and I think 2/3 of those came to the U.S. It was produced from 1962 to 1980. The most popular version, obviously, was the MGB Roadster. They had a 2+2 coupe MGB GT, which was, basically the same car with a fastback. I'll show you a picture of that. They made an MGC, which had a 6-cylinder. They made an MGB GT that had an 8-cylinder. I'm not seeing many of those. You see the MGCs fairly frequently. The MGB GT V8 had 3.5 liter Rover engine, 0 to 60 I think in 7 seconds. The MGB has an 1800 cc engine with 2 carburetors. Engine. 2, let me see, I didn't say what they are. 2 carburetors. It produces about 95 horsepower. This is a 72. By 74 it dropped down maybe in the 80s, and I don't know what it did towards the tail end of the production run. This particular car is unrestored in the engine bay. Very, very original. Still has the stickers and everything on it. And I've chosen to leave it that way. While it's been repainted and the interior's been redone. Chrome bumper cars. This was the last of the kind of virgin chrome bumper cars. In 74 they came out with, 73 and 74, they came out with the 5-mile-an-hour overriders, big rubber. The first cars I ever really purchased were MGBs. My first one was a 69, which was slightly different looks from this and the grille. Then the second one I had was a 73. Oh, they also gave the MG a revival in the 90s, MG V8 or something like that, which actually had a pretty hot engine in it, would do 0 to 60 in under 7 seconds, but they only made 2,000 cars, and most of those went to Japan. 300 went to the UK, the rest went to Japan. I don't know why they didn't introduce it in the US when it was so popular. So anyway, we will take this one first. Okay, we're gonna go for a short test drive. As you can tell, this isn't a midget, but it's close. MGB, although it has lots of headroom. It actually has more room in it than an XKE does, and my head is a little bit below the windshield, which in an XKE I have to look out like that at traffic lights. This one I can maybe look like that, so a little better. This car, I'm doing a video on kind of reviving it because it has not been driven a whole lot, and it sat for quite a while. So on this test drive, you'll see there'll be a couple issues that we'll hear. I mean, I've had trouble getting the idle right and the car tuned up. I need to have someone look at the carburetors. And then there's like an exhaust noise, but we'll well, maybe we won't. it seems to want to stumble when I come off of idle. So honestly, I have the idle a little bit jacked up, more so than I should. The other thing, I'm sure you hear it, because I do, my hearing's bad. I think it's the fuel pump. It makes a lot of racket, constantly. It's good when you're starting to know that it's running, but this one makes a lot of noise. You know, I mentioned in the intro that 95 horsepower. I know the cars can go 100 because I've had one going 100, but the statute of limitations over on that because I did it in high school. 0 to 60 in a lot, so 11 plus seconds, which it takes a while. But they're fun driving cars. Put the top down. They're nice to kind of cruise in. 6,000 red line, which I don't typically try to get it to. This car tracks really well, drives well, even though it's got a couple of inconsistencies right now. I think they're things that'll be easy to rectify. I think I probably just need a new fuel pump, and then if you can see that I've got the idle set up pretty far above where it should be because it seems to help smooth it out, but we'll get that adjusted. And then I haven't heard the exhaust much, but it's mainly on shifts. Let's hear it. I looked at it, it looks to be installed correctly. I just don't understand exactly why. I don't see what it could be hitting. I'm not going to go on the highway because it cruises okay at 65, 70. In fourth gear, it's about 3,500 RPMs, maybe a little bit higher. They did have electric overdrive, which was actually right here. You pull that back and it kicked down. Made a little bit of difference, not huge, maybe a few hundred RPMs. When I was driving the car to and from college, it made a difference because the Jimmy Carter speed was 55. So 55 or 60, flip it on and you'd be down below 3,000 RPM. So it was better on gas mileage. So anyway, it's a little bit of a dive into and a short test drive. So I hope you get a feel for what an MGB is like. You know, minus the issues that I have, and thanks for joining me at American Dream Garage.